We can use the calculator to help find points. We can also square things by hand. There is an easier way to graph things carefully. If I know where the vertex is, so y equals x squared, the vertex is 0, 0. If the leading coefficient is a 1 or a negative 1, there's a fast way to go. You can go up 1, then up 3 more as you go over, then up 5 more as you go over. Don't actually put the dots in because I just did that to show you what I'm talking about. Let me just plot the symmetric points, and then I'll show you in blue what I'm talking about. So you can go up 1, up 3, up 5. Here's the 5. 5 more than the previous point. 3 more than the previous point. 1 more than the vertex. So make sure that you go over 1 every time. Okay, so those of you whose graphs I have been criticizing as not clean enough when you have graph paper, that's a way to help yourself go faster without spending a whole lot of time. Now, if I have y equals 2x squared, the vertex is still 0, 0. What does the 2 do? It's not, there's no adding or subtracting. But what does the 2 do? If I plot points, 0, 0, if I plug in 1, I get 1, 2. And 2, I have to do 2 times 2 squared, which is 8. So 2, 8, and then 3, so 2 times 3 squared is 2 times 9 is 18. All the way up, oops, I didn't graph quite enough graph paper, but up 18. So how much are we going up as we go? Instead of up 1, up 3, up 5, we need to go up 2, then up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, twice 3, and then twice 5. Sure enough, this one is up 10.
Up 10 more, not up to 10.
Okay. Up 2, up 6 more, up 10 more, if we're going to plot points like that. Okay, so for sketching purposes, if I just want to know where some of these points are, it's not too bad. We can use the original thing, says it's right 1. So then we go and we plot that point at right 1. So 1, 0. And then we go up 3 times as high. So right 1 up 3. So now I'm up at 2 comma 3. If I go left 1 and up 3, I'm at 0 comma 3. So this curve is 3 times as tall as it ought to be. Notice that I'm squishing the y-axis in order to make it a little easier to fit on the page. This one, left 2, up 1, and then don't forget upside down. But we'll only be going down half as much. So the vertex doesn't care about the multiplication at all. Left 2, up 1. That's fine. But we'll only go half as far down when we go over 1. So left 1 only down half as much. Instead of down 1, down 3, down 5, we're going to go down 1/2, down 3 halves, down 5 halves. So this is -1 comma 1/2. And if I wanted to make more points, I could go down 3 halves and then 5 halves. What's this third point over here? It's at -3 comma 0.5. It's symmetric. So if I want, it says state 3 points on the curve, so that's what I'm doing here. Okay, so we're gonna find more points to plot by doing the following. We've got right 3, down 8. So let's just say that first. And we plot that. I'm going to plot it way over here. Okay, so right 3, down 8. Okay, so here's my first point. It's upside up. I'm going to use the square root method. What was that? You take and find out where the zeros are. The x-intercepts, let me write it in blue. We set the curve equal to 0. X-intercepts, y is 0. So solving, we get x minus 3 squared is 4. X minus 3 is plus or minus 2. Don't forget to switch the sign when you move it. So the 2 points are sorry, I wrote that kind of ugly. Let me rewrite it. So 3 plus 2, which is 5, and 3 minus 2, which is 1. So my 2 x-intercepts are over at 5, 0, and 1, 0. I can make that taller. So those are the x-intercepts. And then the vertex is at 3 comma -8. All right, factoring practice. 2 x's, so we are unfoiling. We need to get a 5. So you look at the beginning, then you look at the end. what multiplies to give you 5? Only if you're going to break it, it has to be 5 and 1. And in order to get a positive 4 in the middle, we need to have positive 5 and negative 1. And we check that by FOILing out, and sure enough, you have x squared minus x plus 5x minus 5. If you're not right listening, you didn't hear any of that. But okay, looking at this one, x and x to get me x squared. 14 is the next thing. What gives me 14? Oh, 7 and 2 would be likely because then I can get 9. 7, 2, to get 14, positive 14, I either need both positives or both negatives. So positive 14 means 2 plus or 2 minus. And since the middle is negative, we need 2 minuses. So minus 7 and minus 2. This one, looking at the beginning, we have 2x and x to get me 2x squared. In order to get 9 in the middle, I think I'm going to need to pair it up so that the 4 goes with the 2x and then 1 with x. So negative 8x and negative 1x, that's going to be positive 4. So a little note. You can't break 2 into 2 if you want to get an odd number in the middle. And also, it does matter where I put the 4. I need to put the 4 across from the 2. From the 2x. This time it matters because when I FOIL, I need to make sure I have 8x and not just 4x.